Hey guys, my name is Lori. I own a small handmade business. It's called Sew at Peace. My online shop is sewatpeace.store. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about different materials that you can use to make your own patterns. So I'm not going to be showing you one specific patterns, but I'm going to be showing you different materials that I have used in my sewing room to make patterns. So patterns just make your life a little bit easier. You don't have to recreate your measurements or look back at notes to remember how you made something. I have used in the past paper, so this is just regular printing paper. Most of my current patterns right now are made from poster board, so I just get these at the dollar store and create my design on them, cut them out with scissors, and then we call it a day. But the only bad thing with poster board is that eventually, if you're using markers of any sort, it'll eat away at the paper. So here's an example. You can see the edges of this pattern that I made are starting to get really flimsy, and that's just from the moisture of the markers. So I'm going to be using these chopping mats that I found at the dollar store, and these are a lot thicker. So we're going to be converting some of my existing patterns into this sturdier material. So I'm just going to take you guys along and show you guys how I do it. So let's get started. Okay, so I have my materials. I'm just gonna get this package opened. And I have never done this before, so I don't know if my fabric markers are gonna work on this. I'm gonna try it. I'm thinking that they should come off no problem. If not, I do have Sharpies that we can use as well. So this is what it looks like. One side is matte, the other side is glossy. So I'm probably gonna try to draw on the matte side. So we're gonna start with this pattern here, and this is for the little bow ties that I add to my boxy bags. So we're gonna try this fabric marker. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we'll give it a shot. I think washable markers would probably be a better tester. Oh, yep. No, that's not going to work. Okay, never mind on the fabric markers. I don't know why I thought that would work. We're just going to go right in with the Sharpie. And you can weigh this down if you want. I'm just going to hold it down as best as I can. I'm not going to convert all of my patterns. I'm just going to convert the patterns that I use on a regular basis that get a lot of wear. A lot of patterns that I have are just cut at right angles, so it's not hard to not use a pattern and just, you know, look at the dimensions and go with it. So I'm just using these regular scissors. They're not my fabric scissors. I use these scissors on my zippers and other like harder materials. Anything that's not fabric, I use these white scissors on. So it's not difficult to use scissors on. It cuts pretty easy. All right, there's pattern number one. So that's my little bow tie. So it has a nice thickness to it, and I don't think it's gonna get worn out with a marker. And one of the main things that I use is corners. So boxed corners for tote bags. I use this one for my boxy bags and also boxy bags. I started experimenting with a different shape of my little corner pieces. So this is 2 inches, this is 2 inches on this side, and then this is 2 by 3/8 and 2 by 3/8. So I started doing this for my boxy bags, and I like this because it gives some room for seam allowance. If you're doing a boxy bag and you have an exact 2 inches by 2 inches or 3 inches by 3 inches, whatever your box corners are at, when you go to box it out and you stretch out the corners, it doesn't align perfectly. So if you put some room in there for the seam allowance, then it gives you a nicer corner when you go to box the corners. We're gonna start with the larger one just because we can cut it down and hopefully have a little bit less waste. So I just put this right to the end. I like to waste as less as possible. Okay, and then you can double check to make sure it came out to the dimensions that you like. So I need to cut off the marker portion here. And actually, you know what I'm gonna make is, I'm gonna make a little template for my rivets. So I made a template with poster board, but it's already wearing out from my marker. So I'm gonna go grab my template really quick and then we'll convert it on here. Okay, I got my little rivet guide. So I just created my own on poster board, and as you can see, it's already getting out and it hasn't been used very much. This is actually the main reason why I wanted to transfer my patterns onto something sturdier, is because of this little rivet template. Okay, and then this is just 1.5 inches wide, and I made it that wide because I use mostly 1.5 inch wide webbing on the bags that I make. And if you're making more rectangle templates, you can try to use your rotary cutter if you're not worried about the blades going dull. I was going to use it on this today, but the scissors seem to be working out just fine. All right, and then we got to add our holes. And how do we want to do this? I think I'm gonna try to get my hole placement a little bit more accurate, because it's kind of unclear where it is now just because I've worn this out so much. All right, we're gonna start with this size. If we have to increase it, then we'll increase it. I'm just using this hole punch tool. Okay, this looks pretty good. I'm gonna make the holes a little bit bigger, just to make sure I don't accidentally cut into my template when I'm punching holes in my project. Okay, looks good. So I'll show you how I use the template when I'm putting my rivets in. So I just take my webbing, and it's usually folded something like that. I line up the holes closest to the top line is the side that I usually line up with my edge that I'm gonna add the rivets to. So it'll look just like this. And then I punch my holes, and that should make my life a lot easier. All right, you guys, I am all done with my template. So this I have left, I have a whole sheet. So one of these packages comes with 2 cutting mats, and I have 1 piece left over from the package that I opened already. This is what I have left for scraps that are usable scraps. And these are all the templates that I made. So I have my bow tie, I have a 1-inch square, my 2 by 2 inch square, my book sleeve tab, this box corner piece. I have 2.5 inch corner piece or square corner piece, and a heart template, earbud case, and my eyeglass case. I put my rivet template away already, but I got a total of 9 pieces out of that one sheet, and I still have a little left over. I don't like to throw away even the smallest pieces because I may lose one of my smaller pieces, and you never know, you might be able to make a template with these really small pieces. These are all my old templates made out of poster board. These are going straight in the garbage. So I'm really excited to have some patterns that should last me a lot longer than the poster board. Some of my patterns that I've made with the poster board, I've had to replace them already and make new ones just because they get worn out, like I said, with the markers. One other material that I forgot to mention that you can use to make a pattern with is cardboard. If you have used any other materials to make a pattern, please let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And again, my online shop is sewatpeace.store if you're interested in buying any of my handmade products. I hope you all have a joyful and peaceful day.